Hi everybody.
Hi everybody, welcome to Alvarez TV.
How are you doing?
Two similar, but very different.
Wow, I mean very different.
Two OMs, both made of mahogany. This is Artist Series, comes in around $400. And then we've got a Yairi, all vintage Honduran Mahogany FYM 66 HD, which has been one of our faves, I would think.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's hanging out in the studio at the minute. I don't want to give it back.
It's a keeper.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's an incredible thing.
Sells for about $2,600, $2,800.
It's not the cheapest, but it is, I would say,
Special guitar.
it's a special guitar.
6.5 times more expensive than this one. And I think we're just going to work through this and see, is it worth it?
So what's the things that you take away from this? 'Cause I think I know what the pluses and maybe the shortcomings are compared.
I was going to try and not get into sort of Alvarez stuff for a second, because I think this is a great guitar for $400, right? We all do. But when I play that, it's just, the first thing when I picked up both of them before we started filming was it just feels completely different.
Yes.
Before you even get into strumming a chord or picking a note.
Yeah.
And handmade, somebody's considered everything there.
Yeah.
No doubt this is considered, but then it's more, production style guitar. And then you sort of start getting into it and you start to feel the difference in the component quality. And then when you start evaluating the sound, certainly you would come back to this and go, actually, that's not bad.
Yeah.
But then, 6.5 times more, maybe somebody might prefer the sound of this. But really, if you're a great guitar player and you know about what you need from tone,
Yeah.
you're always going to go for the more expensive one, aren't you?
No, I think it's absolutely right. But if you hadn't picked up this guitar after,
I'd been very happy with this guitar.
yeah, that guitar is a.
I would gig, play, you could record with it, records nice, no
Yeah.
problem. So this is African mahogany, solid top, African mahogany backs and sides. We use very high quality, all mahogany laminate, so we're trying to get as close, even though it's laminated, to a solid sound.
It's still an all mahogany guitar.
It's still all
right?
mahogany. There's no white wood in our laminates. Vintage, 50-year plus, naturally seasoned Honduran mahogany, which is just such a wonderful wood.
I mean, the bottom end is like.
So clear.
It's really nice. Yeah.
So, and warm, it's clear and warm. And with all high-end guitars, really, this is bench-made. Somebody's put this together, or in our factory, 2 or 3 people. Somebody works the bracing, somebody works the neck, and then there's sort of body construction. And you feel that consideration going into it, it sort of sits nice. You're also getting ebony on this one, which is, African black ebony, and you're getting a direct couple bridge.
Yes, the bridges are quite different, aren't they?
Very different. And we haven't talked a lot about the bridges, really, but so Mr. Yairi designed this in the late 80s. It's called a direct coupled bridge. On Alvarez, non-Yairi product, one-piece version of that. So this is all one piece, but we cut in a bi-level.
Yeah.
And the reason we're doing that is to drop the bridge pins closer to the top, to create more of an acute angle from the saddle. So the strings are more like this instead of that.
Ah, yes.
What Mr. Yairi believed when he R&D'd this in the late 80s, I think it came out in 89 maybe, get more tension on that saddle. Raise the string tension, raise sustain and volume. He certainly believed in a certain clarity came by taking the strings into the top. Also, what he was trying to do is, a bridge will pull over time. Usually, it's like, especially if a guitar goes through many humidity changes, as the top moves, you are, more chance of the bridge pulling.
Yeah.
And a bridge pull is like one of those things that a guitar does. Can't on that.
No, it's impossible.
Because actually you could fit that bridge with no glue. because the tension of the
Because it would
strings
just kind of hold
down.
it in place.
Yeah,
Like a violin bridge.
exactly, like a violin bridge. Taking the strings right into the top, you're creating the ultimate break angle from the saddle, which he loved. I have made samples in Yairi of non-bi-level bridges, direct coupled bridges with a standard bi-level bridge, and they did sound clearer, slightly louder, and certainly there's a tautness to the instrument, which I think is quite unique to Yairi.
The tuners are insane, aren't they?
Godo 501.
They're just so smooth, so
Component
accurate.
level, you're paying for that. It's the wood's worth a fortune. There's
Ebony,
black
isn't it?
ebony,
Ebony,
there's Godo 501s. There's putting that bridge piece in because you've got a block in the top. It's not easy. Then you've got
it's thinner.
It is a thinner body.
Yeah.
Which
is there a reason for that?
Not really. It's just, molds kind of develop in factories over time, and that was probably based on an older style OM. Ours in our artist factory slightly deeper. You've also got an invisible pick guard, the pick guard.
Yeah, the pick guard's actually in the lacquer, right?
Correct. So Yairi are the only people I've ever seen do this.
Yeah.
The pick guard in the Yairi sits in the lacquer. It's kind of showing off a bit. It's very, very hard to do, and it's almost, I think the lads in St. Louis call it like the ghost pick guard, because it just sort of hangs there, and you just sometimes you just realise it's there. But tonally, I think when we get the AB stuff, when you do that bass run, you've got like... There's so much body around that note.
There is.
And that comes from everything we've just talked about. It comes from the fingerboard quality, it comes from the bridge quality, but of course it comes from the top and the back and side.
If I was going to say, if it's like an EQ, like that would be very focused in the mid-range, and that would be good.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the kind of thing you want from that, right? This has got that, but then it has that sort
spread.
of... It spreads around the bottom end is really warm, it's really balanced. There's a sparkle in the top.
Yeah, it's just got a broader sweep. Obviously being laminates, even though we do use all mahogany, it's 3 pieces of wood, it's glued together. The reflection of the note, the quality of that is taken away because it's laminated wood, no doubt about it. But it's a lot of money.
I know, but I know I've talked about this many times, but I have the Parlor, the AP66 in the house, which is the same. It's an artist, it's a, solid top, laminate back and sides. It's my favorite little guitar. I play it all the time. Really inspiring. Something about the combination of that works for me. It's for the price. They're really great guitars.
And it's got plenty of response and there's plenty of depth to it.
And they look wicked, man. They've got a great look to them.
Finish is fantastic. It's very flat. But I think that, when I see guitars for like $20,000, $30,000, you've got to ask yourself. I know that if it's made from Brazilian or whatever, but the percentage of us that can afford that much money to spend on a guitar, and we all have our dream things we're going to save up, or we're going to get that, or one day I'm going to own that. Certainly, from my perspective, I think it's our responsibility to make sure things remain affordable, even when you get in those upper echelons of glorious tone woods, first-rate components, and a really considered design.
But even though this is 6.5 times the price of that, what you actually get for this is,
in my opinion, it's ultimate value. Really is, which is what we do, right? That's what we do. The general conversation is a high-end guitar worth it? I think it is.
Yeah,
so do you,
it
right?
is.
It's just a different experience, but there's ways and means to get there, and I think that we still have our dream things that we want to own, right?
Yeah.
How many of them?
Yeah.
But that's what it's about. That's life.
I play these things all the time. I record with them. They just have a wonderful depth. The Yairis are really special, but the Alvarez, for the price,
unbeatable.
You just can't beat it. Yeah, definitely go check out the folk size guitars. They are
great. OMs we've talked about before. Wonderfully balanced, perfect at many things.
Yeah,
might not have the woof and the power of a dread, but man, they're just so nice to play.
I'll do a little AB now, right?
AB?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thanks for watching, guys.
Cheers, guys.
See you. Bye-bye.
See ya.